North America 4DX. Charlie W.
It is a North America 4DX. Is that a Roger?
DX. Is that a Roger? Yeah, Roger, Jim. Yeah, we got that Behringer mixer out of line and ready to see if we can't work this audio.
Oh, thank God. It's a real radio now. Okay, so you have a compressor, is that a Roger?
Do you have a compressor, is that a Roger? Yeah, Roger that.
All right, so we want to engage the compressor, but only at a 3. Engage your compressor, but only at a 3, Roger?
But only at a 3, Roger? Roger, it's at a 3.
Okay, now move to your ALC, and like I say, what we normally want to do is adjust that ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 operation on the ALC meter. So if you have whatever you have at the top end of your ALC indication, we want to be below that but near that, about 10%, 20% below max ALC indication. Roger?
ALC indication, Roger? Yeah, Roger. Well, basically the meter on these flex radios show anywhere from -20 to +3, and I'm running right now at a 0 or go about a 1. So I'm going to back off on the mic gain a little bit there and see if we can keep it below 0, Roger.
Roger. Well, when you do that, now where you were right there before you backed off, you were exactly had a 3 dB dynamic range. That's exactly where I want you to be. 3 dB dynamic range gives you 80 to 85% average peak modulation. So I would run it back where you were there.
Back where you were there. Okay, well, we put it back up 40% on the microphone, and that gives me my peaks at just a little, well, most of them are below 0. Every now and then it pops above the 0, but only to a -1. Go ahead.
Oh, Roger, yeah, I think that's exactly where you want to be. Now, you might want to also be a little more top-end EQ. I would go to equalization, and why don't you tell me what you're running equalization-wise at the moment?
Equalization-wise at the moment. Okay, well, I've got all kinds of options. I can do a 3-band, 10-band, 28-band transmit EQ. Right now I'm on a 10-band, where I've got the low ends. You know, anything below 300, it's not going to matter much. My 1K, 2K has got a plus reading of I'm at about a +5 on 1K, and actually a +7 on 2K and 1K. On my 4K, I'm a +6, and on my 500, I'm at +3.
Roger. Well, let's do this. Let's be real simple. If you can go to a 3-band EQ, let's do that as an experiment. I think we can do quite nicely with a 3-band. So if you're in the 3-band mode, tell me what your EQ curve looks like on a 3-band.
Curve looks like on a 3-band. Yeah, on the 3-band it's flat. I'm at 0 all the way across.
Okay, you want to keep your mid-range always flat. Mid-range should always be flat because this whole equalization on a 3-band is the top balance to the mid-range and the bottom balance to the mid-range. So what we want to do now is increase your top end. How's that nomenclature? You have 0, and then what's the furthest nomenclature to the right on the top end?
To the right on the top end. +15.
Roger, Roger. Okay, take it to about a 7, a +7, and let me hear you.
Let me hear you. All right, that's a +7 now. +7 dB on the high end of the EQ.
All right, and then what's your bottom is flat? Is that a Roger?
Your bottom is flat. Is that a Roger? My mid-range is flat and my low is flat.
Okay, take your low to +7.
Your low to +7. Okay, now my low is at +7, my mid is at 0, and my high is at +7. Go ahead.
It sounds pretty good to me. Why don't you tell me in about 10 or 15 seconds about your antenna situation?
Your antenna situation. Yeah, my antenna is a 43-foot vertical, ground-mounted with 16 radios. Go ahead.
All right, give me a couple more clicks on the top end boost. A couple more clicks on the top end boost.
More clicks on the top end boost. All right, that's 9 dB gain on the high side of the EQ. Go ahead.
Alrighty, and what's your position to mic? Are you 3 inches or so on your working your mic?
That's affirmative. I've got a boom-mounted mic. It's a PR781 with the screen in front of it.
Okay, that's good. Keep working it just like that. But go back now to your ALC, and you need to recheck your ALC. Now we've cranked in some boost EQ, so it's going to be a little hotter probably than what it was. So adjust it back to there to where you had it.
Okay. Yeah, my ALC is now staying pretty much above 0 at a +1 and a little higher. So I'm going to run my mic gain back a little bit, you'd say. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yeah, back to where we were before we started EQ. I mean,
you're talking about on my I didn't change my mic gain while we were doing EQ.
Yes, but I'm saying now that we've cranked in some boost on the EQ, that's going to affect your level. So you'll probably need to back off your mic gain back to where that ALC meter was reading,
Roger. Okay, yep, I understand. So there's right there. I've got it at 35 now, and that's keeping it pretty much below 0. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like that fairly well. I mean, it could stand just a little more bottom end, but as it stands right now, it's pretty good. So I would run it like that for a while and see who salutes. You're definitely 3 dB dynamic range, so you're running 80 to 85% average peak modulation, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. Okay, well, let me ask you one other important question. Am I getting that same noise that you were hearing before, the RF? Because I'm still running my amplifier, but I did remove that Behringer mixer, so I'm wondering if I still have that noise underneath me.
No, you're absolutely clean as a tack. Absolutely clean as a tack. And so, if you run that mixer, number one, you're going to need a nice, if you're +2 out, you're going to need to run a 40 or 50 dB pad to go into your mic. You can tell you're at the right level, the right pad, when you're at 0 level on your volume indicator on your mixer, and your internal mic gain control is somewhere around noontime. That's the ideal place. If you have to run that way down, then you stand the chance of being too hot coming into the front end and running into distortion. So what you want to do is set 0 level on your mixer and then be able to bring your mic gain up to about the noontime position for a proper level on your ALC, and that will indicate that your pad is correct. I use, you might think about this as a pad. I'm assuming that the output from that mixer is unbalanced, so I use a double bridge circuit, and that is you bridge out at one, let's see, at 10K, bridge out at 10K, and bridge in at 10K, and then when those two resistors come together in the middle, you find the proper resistance to get your level correct, Roger?
Yeah, very good. Well, I'm not in any great need to have this mixer in there. I just happen to have it as a piece of equipment that I thought I would try to utilize if it was beneficial. But the beauty of this Flex radio and the Power SDR software that comes with it, of course, that runs it, there's a built-in stage 1 audio mixer already that's built into it, plus we got all the EQs that are built into it, from a 3-band all the way up to a 28-band, plus we got a 9-band parametric EQ as well that I can engage. So lots of things that are built into the software of this radio that probably don't even need that Behringer, Roger?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And, sometimes the most direct line is the cleanest. Actually, you can just, if you just run a mic in there, and the radio has the capabilities of processing what you need, do it that way. You don't need all this other stuff that's just hanging out there, and you do open Calamity's box when you're running a KW and start tacking stuff onto the mic input. You really force yourself to start digging grounds. I'm running 3 separate grounds on this operation here. 2 of those grounds are tied together, but it didn't make much sense to me to take a mic preamp ground and attach it to my Heathkit SB220 ground. That didn't make any sense at all. So I do have separate grounds for the high watt stuff versus the other stuff. Roger.
The other stuff. Roger.
Yeah, that's an excellent observation there, Jim, and I probably need to do that as well. If you're familiar with this Kenwood TL922A, it's definitely a workhorse. It definitely does do the full legal limit plus if you want it. It's got everything it needs, but it ought to be on a separate circuit for sure, especially a separate ground. And so I'm going to actually consider that, because you are right. When you're running power, you're going to run the possibility of spurious RF getting into unprotected lines, and especially into your audio system. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go because I appreciate the help. Thanks for putting me on in the right direction, and I appreciate all that you do there for the hams here on the air, trying to get the signals clean. There's nothing more important than a clean signal, that's for sure. So thank you so much, Jim. It's been a pleasure. I'll look forward to picking up your latest recording and taking a listen and see how it comes out. I look forward to coming across you again here on the bands, and we wish you the very best. God bless you, and wish you a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving. KC9VKV, this is North America 4DX, NA4DX, Larry in Wentzville, Missouri, about 40 miles west of St. Louis. Take care.
Roger, Larry, before you go, what radio are you running?
Yeah, this is the FLEX-5000A. I've got 10 radios here, Jim. I wouldn't mind working with you on some of the others, but only be fair to others. We'll have to catch you another time. I've got a Yaesu FTDX3000. I've got an ICOM IC7300, like everybody does. I've got an ICOM 7600, and I also have an ICOM 756 Pro 3 that, someday we can sit down and work on them separately. Take care again. Thanks for all you do. This is NA4DX.
Roger, Larry. Well, just, as we go, next Friday, come in with another radio, and we'll give it a shot as far as setting up, Roger.
Yeah, roger that. I'll definitely put you down on my calendar, and you do it from, you said from 3:30 to 5. Is that 3:35 Eastern time?
My time right now is 4:35. 4:35 right now, Roger.
4:35 right now, Roger.
Yeah, 3:35 here, so you're an hour ahead of me. So just want to make sure that I don't miss you altogether. Thanks again. You're doing a marvelous yeoman's job for sure, and appreciate all your help and knowledge. KC9VKV from NA4DX.
Roger, Larry. 73 that way, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.